The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the audio show.
Alright, let me start by saying that since doing this content, you, the women, have kind of taught me a lot of lessons. I've been able to, and I don't know if it's even, you know what? Yes, I'm going to say it's teaching me lessons, right? I'm learning more and more each time I communicate with you over this app, right? I did a poll today on the whole idea of, Shayla leaving an impression on Dave. And Christopher Beckford, right? Which I know who the creator is. It's fine. Don't worry. I know who you are. But I always like good conversation, so those things don't matter. Says, but this is not the first time that Dave has seen Shayla, and she never leave an impression. Why would she leave one now? This tells me that you're basically not even paying attention to the entire story of everything. You do realize that when Shayla met Anthony for the first time, there was no impression left, right? Or the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time. You do realize that it is over time that things are basically done. In other words, it's getting Shayla into the sphere of Dave. In other words, getting her into the orbit of Dave. That is dangerous. Since I have to pinpoint things out here that I'm talking about, since I have to basically spell it out for you as to why it would be something that Amber wouldn't want to be doing at this point in time. This is what I mean when I say that people are basically just now, they watch me just to respond to me versus watch me and listen to what I'm saying. Because trust me, I do listen to everything that you, the women, say, because I want to see exactly, oh, okay, is that really a thought that, a woman is giving me that's enlightening, or you're just giving me just a responding thought because you just want to respond, right? That showed me that, basically you're thinking differently. Nonetheless, what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle back to before we got to this particular phase and go from there. Let's go to the skit before Shayla is on her way to Dave. Let's go.
Well, I'm about to be on my way, so I'll call you when I get closer. Okay, bye, girl.
Good morning.
Hey, girl.
Where you headed to this early?
Oh, I'm about to go meet with Amber. She just has some concerns on, leadership of the podcast and just everything.
Okay, so where does Honeypot Girl live? She lives with Shayla, okay? So that's the first thing. That's the first thing. If Amber has not told the Honeypot Girl that she doesn't want Shayla at her house, then you cannot complain with the Honeypot Girl for bringing Shayla to her house. Now, I get all of the, hey, sure, this is this and that is that. But again, if you're going to be talking about the podcast, which is what they share in common, guess who is also a part of the podcast? Don't worry, I'll wait. Figure it out? Shayla. So therefore, it kind of washes that argument of, wait, but why would you invite Shayla to her house? Because they're doing the same podcast that O'Neill has been saying that Amber probably should not have done because it basically is not doing anything for her. But you couldn't see that because, of course, she had to be involved in it, in different spins. So it is what it is.
So y'all about to have a podcast meeting without me?
It's not like official capacity. She just called me last night, and some of the opinions that she had are agreed on. So we're basically it's like a strategy meeting on how we're going to present it to everybody else.
Okay, and why was I left off this call? A strategy meeting? Like what? I'm the person that put Amber on the podcast. So how are you having a strategy meeting with?
All right, so let's be very, very honest. I don't like the Shayla character, but guess what? She's right. I don't like the Shayla character, but guess what? She is right. How are you going to have a podcast meeting and you're going to leave a person that is actually on the podcast out of the meeting that you're going to have? And that is the person that basically allowed you to be on the podcast. This is exactly why, again, it is an Amber thing and it is not a honeypot thing, but I already know how the audience works. People are so trying to make Amber right that they are willing to forego all the information that they actively know. You know the information. Honestly, friends, think about it. Who invited Amber to the podcast? It was not Delisha. It was not Alicia, it was not Lauren, and it was not the honeypot girl. It was Shayla that invited Amber. For whatever reason she invited her there for, she was the one invited her there. So any information you're going to talk about the podcast, Shayla is going to think she has a right to be there. I'm just saying, friends, it's fairy tales at this point.
+1.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she felt like you wouldn't feel the same way or anything, but I'm sure it's not an issue at all. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's no worries.
Yeah.
That's something we can talk about. Actually, I can go with you now.
okay, I actually called an Uber already because
Oh, you
I had
just-
to drop my car off. at the
No, you
shop.
don't have to Uber. I'll drive you there. Where is she at?
Dave's house. I mean, yeah,
She invited you to Dave's house?
yeah. That's where she gonna be at. So
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I can just throw on some clothes real quick.
Isn't it interesting? I don't even like the adultery, but let's put that behind us. That basically Amber has another man and she's inviting the girls over, regardless of whatever it is with Honeypot Girl. You would think that she would basically keep all her meetings separate and keep people away from her business. You would think she would do that, right? But this is what I mean when I say what I'm saying. How you know these things aren't going to leave an impression on Dave again? We've seen it with Anthony. And for Christopher Beckford, who spoke about the whole idea, is Dave and Anthony the same? Well, gee, I don't know. Who was Anthony before? Was he all over Shayla before? If you haven't watched the series and you don't know who Anthony was before Anthony hooked up with Shayla, go watch the series. Don't comment until you watch the series. Go and go watch the series first. Go watch some of this. I'm begging you, go over to the Kountry Wayne's channel and go watch the series first. Try to understand where this is coming from. So when you basically give a viewpoint, your viewpoint makes sense. And you're not just giving me a viewpoint because you basically are trying to just defend something that Amber is doing. That is the problem I'm having with people. You're quick to defend, but you're slow to basically work out the entire piece, the puzzle in your mind. It's very interesting.
I can take you up there.
Okay,
And we can all have a podcast meeting because
Yeah.
one thing about the podcast is like we all need to be in this together. I know the
Definitely
Miami
agree.
girls aren't here, but the Atlanta girls could definitely get together and
I agree. Maybe she just wasn't thinking about it. You right. I'm sorry. I don't want you to think that we're leaving you out or anything. She just called me and
I mean, I can't be left out one of the staples on the podcast. I'm like a founding mother of the podcast.
No, it's not like that at all. I promise
Okay.
you. Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying
Well,
to
yeah, I would
get
love to
you.
hear. I'll get dressed right now. I'll just throw on something real quick.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah,
you
she
about
said
to
date.
cook?
I was gonna cook. I could have made you breakfast, but it seems like we got something else to do.
Yeah, maybe.
It is what it is, friends. Look here, it is what it is. Point of the matter is, if Amber is trying to start afresh, then go start afresh. And stop basically trying to drag the old things behind you. That is the point that I was trying to raise. But again, we're not there and we're going to argue over this. Friends, like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to y'all soon.